Hello everyone, welcome back to your favorite news channel. We are here with our co-host Minji, who is going to travel through time with the help of the Zoom time machine. Let's see who she is interviewing today.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the extraordinary experience of discovering art and culture in other centuries. This time, we're going to explore Impressionism in the 20th century. Follow us in the Zoom time machine. Welcome back. We're in 1896 and we have a very special guest, the father of Impressionism. I want to hear some claps. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. It's an honor, Monsieur Monet. Thank you for the interview.
It's nothing. You can call me Claude.
Okay, Claude, so talk us about your early life.
I was born in Paris, 1840, under the reign of the King Louis-Philippe, which was a period centered on business interest, and in which the arts were regarded with real duration. As it was my childhood was spent at the Herb, where my father had settled in 1845, in order to better purpose his own business interests, and as it happened, this childhood of mine was essentially one of freedom.
It's just surprising how arts are so undervalued, right?
Yeah, people perceive business matter rather than art and its appreciation.
So, were you a good kid?
Actually, I was born undisciplined. No one was ever able to make me stick to the rules. Not even in my youngest days. It was at home that I learned most of that what I know. I equal my college life like that of a prison and I could never resolve to spend my time there, even for 4 hours a day when the sun was shining bright. The sea was so beautiful, and it was so good to run along the cliff tops in the fresh air of frolic in the sea.
So, you were a troubled child, huh? When did you realize you were interested in art?
Much to my father's great disappointment, my studies went no further and did not cause me too much trouble. For distraction at school, I used to ornament the margin of my textbooks. I decorated the blue paper of my exercise book with ultra fantastic designs and represent, in the most irreverent manner possible, the futures of my masters, either drawing their face in front view or in profile. Then I just knew what I want to do for the rest of my life.
It's just sad how parents expect you to be somebody you're not. The good thing is that you found your passion and just followed your dreams. Let's talk about your beginnings as an artist. You were a cartoonist, right?
Yes, when I was 15, I used to make cartoons that I sold later. Indeed, I was a famous cartoonist, but after my mother's death, I moved in with my aunt and I started painting landscape. My aunt was an amateur painter and she was an inspiration to me.
It's so good to be surrounded by people who support and inspire you. Talking about inspiration, you are an iconoclast. Where come from your inspiration?
I believe that painting can reflect the beauty of the world. It has that power. But some artists strive to idolize the world. I think that the most important thing is light, color, and contrast. There is nothing better than a simple image of reality. So, my inspiration is that, the reality, as simple as it sounds.
Can I say a word and you answer me with the first thing that comes to your mind?
Go ahead.
Military service,
Hate,
typhoid fever,
looking,
Charles Glier,
master.
Paris lounge,
No,
Normandy,
inspiration,
light.
art.
So You said hate for military service. What does it represent for you?
I hate it. I really hate it. I want to avoid it, but I didn't have any money to do it. My family offered to pay for it, but they had asked me to give up the painting and I refused the offer, obviously.
What did they wanted you to do?
They wanted me to take over the family business in Le Havre.
And you prefer to go to Algeria in order to continue painting?
Absolutely.
That's passion. How could you come back earlier?
Luckily, in my second year, I got typhoid fever and they decided to send me home.
Luckily, I got typhoid fever. Huh. How long was the military service?
7 years.
Oh, so you start painting with a very realistic style in Barbizon. What is the difference between a realistic painting and your work in the rising sun?
Well, at the beginning, I was very much influenced by other painters of Barbinson. We used to paint landscape and we went to represent them in a relevant way. But I think that the rising sun was beyond that. It is the right combination of color and brushstrokes. It represents the ingenious mixtures of light.
How does this transition from realism to impressionism begin?
I went to Charles Grace Etier, where I meet others such as Pierre-Auguste Renoir, Alfred Sisley, and Frederick Basel. Basel helped me financially, and I was able to continue practice. Later, I had some commission with which I could approach to the Paris lounge. Then in Normandy, I began to have this inspiration for projecting a play of light.
I noticed you're good at speaking English. Where did you learn?
In England, when the Franco-Prussian War started, I decided to leave France so as not to be recruited. Unfortunately, my friend Basile died in the war. In London, I met art dealer Paul Durand Rousseau, as well as the work of the landscape painter William Turner. William Turner becoming an inspiration to me.
It was so great to know more about your trajectory and life, but our time in 1896 is over. We just had 8 minutes for an interview because of the time machine. Thank you so much for your time, Claude. You're so incredible.
It was my honor. Remember to always follow your passion. Au revoir.
Will do. Maxi.
Thank you, Minji, for that amazing interview, and don't forget to tune in next Sunday.